Hmm. Let's figure out what isn't. Hey, Baltio, how you doing? Hey, Derek, how are you? Yeah. Sorry, yeah, no, I'm just yeah, I've been away for a while, so I'm just getting back in and tidying up some mechanics and stuff that became a little bit legacy. Some bits and bobs that were kind of not destroyed, but like, yeah, it's fallen out of stability a little bit. Um, yeah, just tidying that up. Um, but no, but no, things are looking feeling solid, to be fair. Yeah. So there's some like combo stuff I need to look at because yeah, there's some bits and bobs there a little bit all over the shop. So like this, you can't then jump again. um. So yeah. Oh, it's way more. So I've changed a lot of stuff. I mean, I'll give you a quick run through what we changed. But this is a bit from a while back. But now you jump with like you input, you jump. So I know before you used to like sink to the edge of the ledge and then jump. Whereas now, if I tap to jump, he'll jump as soon as he can reach his first foot. Um, which basically means you can like jump from any edge, like before edge or at the edge. So if you see, like, I can kind of time it so that I jump like now. So and currently I do give it a bit more room so it can you can step off the edge a bit. Like I can make him fall, but I don't. But then if you want now, you can like do the same thing, but I can launch way before, and the behavior is the same. But just loads more control. The inputs are a lot tighter. Basically, reworked the entire um, input scheme. Um, but they're way more like you do the thing. Like if you see the thing, it's like I never don't pick up an input anymore. Like before, I used to not pick it up, but now it's really, really, really reliable. Like I personally struggle to not do a move. Like it's well, I'm yet to actually. This was a lot of Dada's work actually. So he refactored the input Q thing I made, and it's now it's really really tight now actually. Like it's damn near impossible to um. Because before, I don't know if you guys noticed, but if you would flip, it just wouldn't do input sometimes. It would like so if you see that it's still registered an input, like it would still register it. And you can have like the double flicks now. So there's one thing I'm gonna tweak today. So now I can do like a. So the last thing I need to do, we had it working earlier, but I changed something, and I need to re-enable it. But basically, the double Kong you could cancel out an initial Kong to make it into a double. So right, like you can do a double Kong by doing a flick where you don't fully return to center on a single Kong. Um, but we had it before earlier today where you could cancel out a normal Kong with a double up until takeoff, basically. Uh, well, at any point. But I got rid of that and moved it back this way. But I'm going to bring it back because it was really nice. Because it made the double Kong input smoother. Um, and it's technically correct in itself. Like you would get the first millisecond of a Kong, and then you would transition to a double Kong, or you could like make the decision later. Um, but it would open up a lot of possibilities for like more chainy movements. Um, what I need to do there is in our little input dispatcher, we need to add a case to handle that. Like you can chain it up if you've not taken off in your move, um, and the move that you're doing or trying to do. Um, but yeah, I think the move that you're doing is kind of like not a double movement, because if it is, you can't really cancel that out. Um, I say that, but perhaps maybe up until takeoff, and then you can cancel out one. And that, you know what? Maybe just up until takeoff. If you've not taken off, then it doesn't matter if it's a double or whatever. Then basically, before you take off, you can. Really? No, you can't double com. You're to be honest, guys, your version is very old. Right behind, but okay. First thing I need to fix. You know what? Let me do this input thing because it's actually on my mind. Um, so it's this case here basically. So I'm like, if you do the vault, if you reach this, or this case, you do it. Otherwise, I say this. Now, there's actually a secondary case. Which is unique. Um, and it's actually yeah, so basically this is where this case there is so that you can do what's it called? These like wall hop things that yeah, so there. The, I guess the slight tricky part there is that case there. Where it's a little trickier that because yeah, like it's correct, but it's also kind of wrong. It's kind of you have like one spot in which you can do it really. Uh, it's not very wrong. Um, oh, do you know what we can be? Yeah, I mean, because then yeah, I don't want you to then be able to do it then. That's that case there. So actually, okay. That's interesting. Um, I mean, realistically, yeah, it's a little tougher actually because yeah, because it's mm, yeah, it's kind of a unique case. I like the behavior, but it's a bit of a unique case. I'm gonna cancel out for now and just not let you do it. Um, oh, well, you can do two things. You can either just vault a higher wall, or you can do a climb like a run up or a wall pop, and then flick do a vault. So there's two ways to it really. Um, sorry. So this case here that I want to handle first is basically I do. Thanks, Callum. I appreciate that a lot, actually. Thank you. No. This is tricky because it's hard because it has to go off. Hey, Chris, how are you doing? I missed you guys too. Because it's not just if you take it off. It's kind of like you got to be jumping. If you're jumping, but not take it off. But then let's go. Who close? No, see, this is wrong. Um, this is wrong. To be fair, we can say if you want to do a vault, could just check specifically the vault manager actually. Um, because we can make it so that you can only override other vaults. Let me say, like, if you're doing a vault, so your vault manager is jumping, then you need to check that your vault manager has not taken off. Otherwise, we just maintain the same thing. Because I don't want it to be that you did either, you could override that. Nah, let's do that. Yeah, that's more. I think that's more correct. If that was jumping, make sure the vault manager. Um, yeah, I actually quite like that. Then technically you can override any action before it's taken off. Might mess it up, but I like that override. Then we'll bring this back. I think this will do it. This will now fix the doubles. Um, then the other case is this guy, but I don't really want to. It's tricky because it's not really. This is like evaluate each frame, but it's like it's a queue that we constantly evaluate. But rather than that, I'm kind of like, should we not? Let me make this block a little bigger. This is just. Yeah, I'm kind of like, should we not? So flick, flick. Oh, they did three. Interesting. Oh, I know that. I know what that bug is. I need to actually solve that. There you go. So I can like cancel out a Kong with a Kong, which is a bit, which I'm not wholly sure about. But I could like start a Kong and cancel it into reversal. Don't know why you'd want to do that, but it's technically correct. Um, but then if I do a double flick, oh, you know, it's why that works. The reason why it doesn't work otherwise is because I'm not inputting a double con because I'm doing it too slowly. So I need to actually go flick flick. I don't like that stutter. That's the only thing. But I mean, to be honest, if you logic wise, it is then just to see. Then it did cat pass double con. So flick, Kong, flick, flick, double Kong, flick, flick. He tried to do a double Kong. He just did a cat pass and cancelled itself out, which makes sense. That cancelled a Kong into a double. It's not as smooth, to be honest. But if you take up further, which I like it. It's one of those ones where perhaps maybe just more coverage would make that blend better. There is that little stutter, but which is really annoying actually. But I mean, you can also omit the single Kong input, so that by just flicking up twice without going back to center, and that will. I don't know. I like the logic of like it's a single Kong transitioning into a double. Like that logic feels really nice actually. Yeah, no. I know when that case happens, right? So, um, ideally, the you'll have a nicer blend than this. So potentially, we just need what I can do is pick an animation and say, oh, if your previous one is a Kong, do this one. But that stutter is somewhat nice because you can do it without stutter by flicking more like quicker up. Like you basically don't come back to center and go up again. You just go like so. I can go like completely stutter free by doing it like that, right? So that is just seamless double Kong action. But I can also do it a lot slower and go flick, flick. And you see there, like I inputted a bunch of Kongs and then I inputted a double. And I hadn't taken off yet, so it's like, oh, actually, yeah, double it. Um, Now that I think you can see a stutter, and I think there's a lot of ways we could probably improve that. Um, Obviously, the better player can go without it. I don't know. There's something nice about it. Gives a lot more leniency to the input. You can also like cancel anything. So I could do like a Kong, and then before I take off, transition to a speed step, and then realistically, that A gives me the ability to have double input. So like you need to do a cat pass dash, and then that will trigger a certain input, right? But you will first try to cat. So like if you try to, let me actually do it over here. If you tried to Kong and then dashed, you would sort of set yourself up and go again. So I can do it the other way. So I can go like dash into Kong. So there, right? I think that I did too. I did a dash into a Kong, and that transition there, it's quite cool because there I did a reverse into a Kong. I mean, I'll show you here. So if I slow it down, if I do a reverse, and then actually say, no, I want to Kong that, you can sort of, it's almost like a move in itself, like, or a lazy into a dash. They blend really seamlessly. It could just be a case of coverage, to be honest. Like, having some more animations that, have a better pose match, and then you don't have that much issue. Or maybe potentially just increasing that initial blend. Yeah, stuff like that I need to work on. I know exactly what it is as well, though. Super annoying. That's really bad. What's going on there? Hold on a minute. I mean, that's the next thing to fix, I guess. Bunch of things I need to tighten up right now. Also, this transition out is just not. I mean, it's partially just because of the animation. Oh, why is the landing so damn bad? Yeah, no, definitely. There is a lot more freedom in that way. I do agree. There is a lot more freedom that way. Um, I do agree indubitably. I think it's just the landing for the stick, to be honest. For the thingy to a stick. Okay, definitely got to look at the combo jump stuff now because it's screwed up a lot of stuff. But this is, yeah, okay. This is already infinitely better. Cool. Let's go fly a kite up to the highest height. All right. So we gonna do what we gonna do, what we gonna say, what we gonna play. I don't know what I'm saying. Oakley dokley. What am I doing in my life? Cool. Yeah. I'm actually happy. I'm gonna leave that for now. I don't even get you guys to play this because I think I prefer. I think gameplay wise, it's better. Playing this out with dad and I both agreed that. You know what is what I really like. It's a lot more forgiving. Oh, are you talking about as in like how it sinks to the edge of a ledge, or what do you mean exactly? See, that's what's going on. Why doesn't pick up the guy at all? I need to check that. Here, I'm not sure what's going on there. All right. This case here. All right. Um. Okay. So let me say. Oh. This case is tricky because yeah, it's tricky because hmm, it's more so like the climb saying, "Hey, I'm at handrest. Do I need to do something?" Than it being the you checking. Oh yeah. Um, Now, so the ledge detection doesn't really matter anymore. Like as long as there's something somewhere, you jump. So it's now a lot more like kind of in. It's like how you'd expect behavior a bit to be a bit more like, but still a little bit contextual. So now if there's like any drop, you're like jump off or try and jump across. But it's all physics based, so it's not like for when it gets edge detection. Yeah, I mean that's deterministic. That's just a number I've got. So I'll definitely play around with that. I'm interested to see how you guys find this so far with this change, to see if it makes the behavior a lot better for you. And then yeah, that's a slider we can definitely tweak. Um, okay, so it's not that we've reached the hand gland rest. Instead, it's that. Oh, it is really though. It kind of is. Um, we also need to have this cued. Oh, are you talking about like yeah, if you want to jump right at the edge, That's well, but you can adjust the power completely, right? So that's, I think that might be a healthy skill gap. Like if you want to take off right at the edge, that'll be something that you have to work on because you can always take off before, right? So I think that is the yeah, it might be the healthy skill. But I'm interested to see how you find it. I think you'll find it a lot easier than you think. Because I've also left a lot of leeway, so like you could take off a little bit off the ledge, and it's not going to kill you. Like you're not going to fall too much, and you will fall. But there's a little bit, like 30 centimeter leeway, because like, but it's more fun to jump than not. This bloody thing. How are we gonna do it without being a fire? I forget. I mean, yeah. To be honest, like, always check that if the for this, like, if you've done a handwrite, this check is if your active montage time is within this, like, a frame of that time. Then you can trigger that. Just one way of doing it. There's one way of doing it. Um, I mean, if you ever look at, let's have a look at a wall clock animation actually. Because what I could also check is maybe give you a bit of a window between hand rest and something else that you can do this action. Okay, so let's see. Between hand rest, I mean, this is not the best example, to be honest, but what is a good one? Oh, this is a good example, okay. So between hand rest and really any point up to here. I mean, actually, I could compare it between when you start resting and when you're flat out on rest. It's a pretty low time. Or between these two, you're starting and you end. Between when your hands are starting to rest and when it's at the end of rest. But I actually think, because I think this is the averaged time between the two, maybe that's actually the best time to do it. Maybe like for once you first make initial hand rest to when you are fully at rest, that leeway, that gap is when you have time to be able to make a move. Beyond that, you're starting to come away from the wall, and therefore your animation might begin to be janky. I mean, that's not a um, terrible way to do it. Um, yeah, because I mean, a lot of this is a bit redundant, to be honest. But what I could do here is like if it's climbing, do. It's doing climb action. Turn. Um. Let's change this to, rather than this. You don't believe in states here. Get rid of you. To be fair, actually. um. Because then I can actually just check this in here. So you say if oh, there we go. Sorry, I'm bugging. So I mean, also you just get rid of the other stuff. Where was the other stuff? Yeah, this is a lot nicer, I think. Less stuff to do. All right, go back here. So that is for, that's true. Otherwise, if we're jumping, then we actually need to say, um, we could just check those reach. I mean, it's not a terrible value to have here. Nah, but you know what? Actually, Casey doesn't have a hand rest. In case, let's bring that value back. I'm gonna bring this back, just in case. I don't think we need this, but realistically, but just in case it doesn't fire off it because it doesn't have a hand-eye casing or whatever it is, we can avoid this issue. Because we don't want to see that value be 0 in terms of the hand rest time, and in terms of not having it, and they say, "Oh, you can do it because you're between this time." Look, we'll keep the vault at random last time. Um, so if you reach your hand rest and there's like more times less than that, and then what I can do in this geezer, but I don't actually need this to do that at all. I just need a Ah, I shall show you in a little bit. I'll show you in a little bit. You can't really that, otherwise you're jumping, otherwise you have false. Alright, kind of handles it. We've done this. You don't really need that interview section. Um, yeah, I mean, truth is though, because it's the reason why we might need that is because it's an override. So if this is true, I then don't want to say, oh, actually make this false because of this guy. So we need to say, oh, actually, if your hand's at rest, then you become true because we've said it before. But this only needs to happen if you're, rather than saying like, oh, if you're doing that case. But then this also needs to be evaluated before we go ahead and do this. So if this is false, we don't care. We stick with this. That's why. Otherwise, I would have just made that equal what this is. I mean, I could also just say if you're carving, but this makes more sense to me because that already evaluates it. Let's see. I mean, I'm kind of curious. Um, if that'll work, to be honest. Um, who knows that? Who knows? There's only one way to find out, and that is to run it. Let's fire that up. Before I do, oh, I'm in the wrong manager. Oh, okay, cool, beautiful. No, it kind of does it. All right, let's see. I'm gonna pop the toilet quickly. Guys, give me 2 seconds. Oh, good. Let's see what's gonna happen here. It's quite cool, like being able to like set up for the Kong that goes in. Yeah, so if I try and climb, and then flick down. Oh, lovely. Do it again. Let's do it a little bit later, round about now. See, you don't do it. Oh, it does what? See, there you go. That's what I wanted to do. So if I try and climb, it does try and do a speed step. Is it just trying to do a speed step? I'm genuinely curious. Um, yeah, it just tries to do a speed step. It just gets absolutely destroyed. I mean, yeah, fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. This one works like a charm. I just need a case for it, I guess. Not complaining at all. Yeah, no, this kind of makes sense. This is the only one that should work. Actually, is the is the oh, that's awful. Is the dash is the only one I've actually added. Yeah, no, it's the only one that should work is the dash. Um, all right, cool. Okay, that fixed that. All right, so now I can either vault this guy, or I can climb it. So I could do flick down, so just dash vault, and I'll do this guy, nice and smooth, can't complain. Or I can do climb, then flick down, and I'll do this. Yeah. Or I can like climb this guy, fall down, drop off, jump over this dude, climb up this guy, pull down, stick, front flip that, climb up here. Well, that was kind of smooth. Wow. That was actually really smooth. Oh, I'm so surprised. I should really be less surprised than I am. But now, apparently, if I do that, now I can't jump. Okay, that makes sense. All right, now that's the next fix. Let's check this in anyway, because that's fixed two birds with one stone. Um, I actually quite like this because there's no triggering a vault in a climb, which is nonsense. Instead, we do it all from our lovely abode here. Um, so we get to see. All right, next up, let's check this in, and then move on to why we can't do the combo stuff for the jumping. So lovely. Okay, so this the issue we have. I do a thing, it doesn't do the thing I want it to do. Okay, so it's this. No, it's not this. It's this. Sus, highly sus, or very sus. You don't. I don't even want to look at it. All looks terribly sus. So, it needs to be handled inside the jump manager because we want to isolate this behavior because only the jump manager should care about its logic. Now, this is sus. No bueno. What we need to look at is basically this is what is a bit come see come ça. So if it's normal, off across, whatever it is. Do you need a zigzag exit? Um Again, this is makes sense to be fair. Uh Where's it getting stuck? You know what, actually, let's create the case. Then we'll add a debug and then we'll see where it gets stuck. So let's create the case. Right. Now stick a little something in here. We should be able theoretically to recreate this. Okay, so you want to jump. Not that. Let me say, are you a bit of plyometric? True. Cool. Yeah, that's fine, doesn't matter. Let me say, well, look at your action context. Over. Oh no, it doesn't matter. Onto over, it doesn't matter. Let me say, evaluate tic tac, step in here. And this makes a lot of sense. Yeah, but it's because of this guy. Um, Needs a tic tac exit. Is it as simple as it doesn't end the jump? Ah, we don't clear this, do we? Oh, we do not clear this. This is wrong. This needs to be if you're jumping, then return that.
Yeah, that could be as easy as pie to fix, to be honest, actually. I just said easy as pie. Where am I? This is hella wrong. So we need to say here, if is jumping, because you need to be doing a move, derp, derpity derp, return that the move you're doing is actually a two-state entry, therefore you need to take that exit. That'll solve that out. Now I'm not so that should fix that. Now why it doesn't jump in general, different story. Oh, which would I know why it doesn't jump in general, because it picks one of these guys and says it doesn't need it. Yeah, it does need it. Picks this teaser. Obviously, then it then doesn't pick a valid tic tac exit. That might just fix it. Yeah, this again is an evidence of the problem with stateful behavior. Like,
Yeah, eyebrows cannot be used as a like if it exists because again it's very stateful. Handles a I have a feeling this will just fix it. To be honest, could I be wrong? No, no, Jack. I could be very wrong. Probably I'm very. Oh, you dummy! Yeah, see, just like that. How easy that is. Now that combo thing, that's still a problem. That's wrong completely. Um, white Christmas, just like the ones I know. Oh, doesn't actually. Great, love to see it. Fantastic, just fantastic behavior. Um, where are you going? Where are you off to? Okay, so let's debug this. I'm dreaming. Ah, so that was what was catching it, but this is actually wrong. Because when that secondary action fires, you're no longer jumping. Um. Okay. How do we want to go about this? You need to do an exit if your previous was indubitably a tic tac. Do I handle that in the imp? No. That should just be like a tic tac input. Whether or not you're doing an entry and exit is internal logic. Um, no, I don't want to check the current. Yeah, you need to be doing a move. Well, no, that's wrong. You don't necessarily need to be doing a move. Oh, well, you do. No, that needs to happen. But the key thing here is that the when it fires, which it'll do once it's landed, um, it needs to fire that it wants to do a tic tac exit. I'm wondering if we can sculpt our input queue so that could do. Could do it here. Basically say like, oh, like if you're doing so if you're climbing, do this, do a climb up, right? But rather in this case, say if you're jumping, say your jump manager's jumping, this will basically change what your actual input fired off. if your action is a tic tac. Yeah, we could say if your action is a tic tac. Right. If your action is a tic tac, and you're currently doing a tic tac entry, transition to tic tac, make your input a tic tac exit as a cue. Regardless of your say, because actually it doesn't need to matter if your input's a tic tac. We just say, look, if you want to jump and you're currently doing a tic tac, you need to dispatch a tic tac exit. Then we say, right. And then we say, so then dispatch a tic tac exit. And then we say, if you are, then we could say, look, if you're jumping onto something, dispatch a step jump. So what that does instead, it does take the logic out of the jump manager, but it means that we don't have to query any active states. Instead, we just change what jump you want to do, which keeps the jump manager like wait in the sense of saying like it just says, oh hey, um, do this jump or do that jump, whatever it is. We don't need like what jump am I trying to do? Am I trying to do a thing? Am I trying to do it? The only thing we'll evaluate is whether or not it's a stride apply. Um, because they are just extensions the same input and could both get triggered. So, and that's because the stride and player has different types to themselves. So that's the other thing we need to evaluate. For a tick, is that it doesn't. Okay, let's try that. Let's because I'm gonna do this because we're gonna use diamonds, so we don't need that. Solo. That's the problem. That's what I can see. Dancing. That's a little bit tricky because the tic-tac, technically, even though it is an input, it is like a stride or plier. Input-wise, at least, it is a stride or plier. So, I just kind of have to check against this thing. I'm so not too sure about that, Jeff. Not too sure. It's a little bit funny. It's feeling inside. Don't have much money. But boy, if I did. Not sure I've got this here. I'm not gonna lie to you. Yeah, why do I have that here? I really don't know. I'm gonna maybe get rid of that, but okay, one at a time, one at a time. I don't know about this, Jeff. I don't know about this, Jeff. Gains onto over, yeah, whatever. Yada yada. Is what it is. What it is. Ah, okay. I know I had that before. I think what I could do You know what? First of all, let's do what I'm thinking in terms of let's get it to dispatch a tic tac exit. So here, if it's doing a tic tac entry, let's one at a time. I've gone too far ahead of myself. So let's do return. Ah, yes, this is just the queue. Okay, so correct. Okay. So if it's doing the tic tac entry, dispatch an exit. Cool. No problem. That should work. Now, when we say we've dispatched a tic tac exit, in this evaluate action here, we say what is the jump? If it's standing out, we do that. Okay. Fast, but okay. If it's standing and you're not within the jump velocity, do a running jump. Plyometric is equal to running jump is equal to mile or stride. Uh, what it did. See, I guess first things first, we need to check if it's a tic tac. Um, well, I guess realistically, none of this matters. Um, you don't do any of this if you're not doing the tic tac exit. It's the only one that actually matters. Because basically we say, oh, value action, do this. We say, well, hold on though. If I'm doing a tic tac exit, I don't care about any of this stuff. Because I've specified that. This is really only if you want to do stride or reply. Or a combination, but because you could like step on and do another, well, yeah. Because it is plyometric does play a role. Because then for that tic tac exit, it doesn't matter if it's plyometric or not. So what we can do here, basically say, well, let's try this. Let's do. Okay, this is rogue. Um, I don't know. I don't know about encapsulating all this. Let's just do. No, I'm not. I personally am not a fan of this because of the early exit. We will change this, but I just want to see if this is the case that is what will do what I needed to do. Do we say, look, if you're plyometric, otherwise, So if you're doing a tic-tac entry, key or tic-tac exit, that's fine. And then here we say, if you're jumping onto something, yeah, but that don't really matter because what matters is oh, too fair. I can just say is jumping onto, and you're doing a running jump. Then you want to do a step jump. Yeah. Okay. Let's go with this crap. So against onto the you want to do tic-tac entry. Again, it's gonna be truth is though, but this only actually matters if yeah, if you're jumping off something or over something. Yeah. I mean, may as well just return by the way, jump there, but all right, you know what? Let me get it to work and then I'll clean this right up. It's a bit of a mess. Um, do tic-tac entry. If you want to do a step jump, exit out of this crap. And, if you apply metric, actually evaluate parametric jump. If you're against onto over, check if you're parametric, then you want to do a tic-tac entry. Doesn't really matter what your input is. Then this guy, no, it's not that guy, sorry, this guy here. When we dispatch, so if we're doing a tic-tac entry, dispatch a tic-tac exit, I'll go to jump manager guy. And say, oh, I'm doing tic-tac exit, okay, just exit out, do that guy. Doesn't matter what your thing is. Let's go back to this dude. Let me say, if you're currently jumping onto something, say if I'm gonna have to change how we do the sun jump. It doesn't do what it should, but we're gonna come to that a bit. Um, this is gonna need to change, but okay. Um, this is a static function. This is also nice because realistically, all of this needs to just go into whether or not it's plyometric. Like this can be encapsulated in that just to handle the plyo. This is just the only case because the step jump should only happen in these scenarios, not really you're trying to jump onto again. Maybe have like a can step jump, might be a better way of doing it, but we'll come to that for now. For now, I'll leave it like this. Exit, return your evaluate jump. Not sure why I have this, but again, I'll check it a bit. If it is a plyometric jump, evaluate the jump. Ooh, wee wow. Evaluate jump. I think it's my work. Maybe not, to be honest. I think the where we might struggle is here. If you're doing tech entry, dispatch that. If you're jumping onto and you want to do a running jump, yep. Oh bloody hell! Sorry, I didn't pick that up. It's a bloody static function. Derp 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 derp.
It built, which is always a good start. Now will it do what I want it to do? So first of all, let's see if it breaks the other stuff. So it does. So it does a tic tac entry. It did trigger the exit. To be fair. Oh. Ah, it's because me holding it. It's firing it off like crazy. Okay. What's happening is this is getting pinged like no tomorrow.
Yeah. Yeah. Because the thing what's happening is it's saying if we're going to dispatch the exit, because before it says, "Oh, just fire off a thingy." Calm on. Oh, I'm so stupid. The reason why this doesn't work is because it's going to go back on itself. So it's going to say it's infinite loop, right? So it's going to go, am I doing an entry? Yeah. Dispatch an exit. Am I doing an entry? Yeah. Dispatch an exit. So it's going to go back and back. What I need to check, and so if your action is not a tic tac exit, dispatch that. That should hopefully then actually dispatch. The Yeah, so the running will transition to step jump. It will do that. The action needs to be whatever it is, as long as it's not a tic tac exit. Uh, it should then allow it to do. So yeah, I was just looping it itself, always returning false, never actually do anything. Makes sense. Oh god, we're tired. I might watch the boy. He's a good spell. We'll take it's working. All right, this works. Leave it there. I'm gonna have a decent sleep pattern from now on. Too easy to have it bad. And I'll be up at 8. I was straight streaming. Been a bit of a slow day today for me, trying to just getting back into swing of things to me. But now we're back. From now on, it's full speed ahead. Please work. If you love me, you will work. Lovely. So now if I do this, you the stride instead. See? Just beautiful. And now if I do this, tap, step jump. Awesome. Oh, it's because it's Kuna standing. Oh, okay. Bit sus. Um, oh, let's check the nice. All right, cool. Actually worked. Um, beautiful. Sweet, sweet, sweet. So now I think that is literally the last thing I need to do. Obviously, this is a bit of a mess. Oh, not this bit. Sorry, which bit is it? Basically, anywhere that says current adding parameters needs to be deleted. Yeah, this bit is it's not really a mess. Uh, but like this is a random return in the middle of the thing, which is a joke. So, realistically, um, what needs to happen is, you say like, oh, a part of me thinks, um, yeah, you know what? Part of me thinks it doesn't really matter. No, no, because what if you want to jump onto and then jump over? Yeah, no. Yeah, no, yeah. Okay, what we're gonna do Yeah, no, what we're gonna do, we're gonna say if you apply a metric jump, assess it. Okay, we're gonna do if you're doing a standing jump, do whatever. If you're doing a two-zero exit, do whatever. If you're doing a plyometric, do whatever. And then if you're doing a step jump, do whatever checks you need to check. So this is now actually checking in for each jump. Oh, I'm not sure what changed. What did I change? Oh, I did change a header file. Hold on. All right. Oh, I need to watch this also. Oh. Yeah, I mean, it works. I just need to refactor it, do some tweaks, and then I can check this in. All right, I'm gonna call it there for tonight. I'm gonna get it fairly tonight. Not longest stream, guys. Sorry. Tomorrow I'll do a really long one, so we're back. But now we're back at it already. Things is back to being stable. But yeah, I think the only thing I need to maybe do is separate input out for the TikTok. Other than that, pretty straightforward. But yeah. All right, my peoples. I shall catch you on the flippity flip. Peace, peace.